Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the first Tech Bites of 2023. I hope you had a nice break, and I definitely look forward to working with you this second half of the school year. Now, how many of you made a New Year's resolution? Some of you may not even be New Year's resolution kind of folks, but if you are and haven't made a resolution yet, I've got one for you. A New Year's resolution that would work great for this year would be technology integration. So today what I would like to talk to you about is the whole concept, and I've put this out before, of a coaching cycle. Now, some of you may not know what a coaching cycle really looks like. Some of you may know. Some of you have probably done coaching cycles before. But a coaching cycle is a process you and I would work together to identify a problem, investigate resources that could be used to address that problem, or it doesn't even necessarily have to be a problem. It could just be a desire that you have. And then selecting a resource, implementing that resource, reflecting on that resource, and then repeating one or more stages of that process. Now, I know when it comes to technology integration, it kind of falls into one of those I don't know what I don't know scenarios. And that is why a coaching session is so good. You don't need to know what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, what tools you want to use, how you want to use those. You don't need to know any of that in order to start a coaching session. All you really need to know is that you have a desire to integrate technology more into your classroom. We can start with a concept, we can start with a standard, we can start with a lesson. One of the things that I've done a lot in the past is asked teachers, tell me about a lesson that you don't like to teach. And we can then start from that foundation and come up with ways to make that lesson one that you actually do enjoy teaching, or a lesson that your kids really love. And so I don't want you to think that in order to start a coaching session, there needs to be a problem that you have that needs to be addressed. There needs to be something specific that you want to do. That's the basis of a coaching session. So we can work together to identify areas that you'd like to incorporate technology. Again, like I said, we can start with a lesson that you don't like to teach, and we can go from there. So once we have identified an area that you would like to incorporate more technology into, at that point then we can spend some time, again, together, investigating solutions, investigating resources, looking at different websites, programs, apps, or even just concepts to incorporate technology more into your classroom or a given lesson. Once we have spent the time investigating, we can then select a tool or select a strategy. And again, this is a process that we go through together. And so at the point where you're selecting a tool or selecting a strategy and then doing planning to incorporate that strategy or that tool, that's all work that we do together. So I'm here to provide you with help. I'm here to provide you with resources. I have the time that I can collect things for your lesson. And then even when we get to the implementation stage, if you'd like for me to come in and co-teach with you, or if you'd like for me to do some modeling so that I can show you kind of how to use a tool or a strategy, that's all rolled into the process so that by the time we get through the implementation stage and then we sit down to do some reflecting, that at that point, it becomes something that you really would own on your own. And even at that reflection stage, if you investigate tools, select a tool, implement that tool, and it fails miserably, we can hit the reflect stage and go backwards to investigating, or we can back up to selecting a different strategy, or we could back up to implementing that strategy a different way. So it's an ongoing process. It's not a one and done. And it's really a valuable way to practice and see what it looks like to incorporate technology into your classroom as a means to move forward. And so, again, if this is something that you're interested in, please reach out to me. I plan this week on stopping by several classrooms just to have a little bit of conversation about this whole concept of the coaching cycle. And so again, it's not an answer to a problem necessarily. So I don't want you to think that if I stop by and I say, hey, I'd love to do a coaching session with you, that means that some problem has been identified that needs to be addressed. It's merely just a way to take a step forward and look at ways to do more with technology in your classroom. And again, like I've said so many times, this is not incorporating technology for the sake of using technology. It is a way to work technology into your teaching so that your students benefit. That's the ultimate goal. It's all about student achievement, not about using fancy tools or neat-looking smartboards. So again, I'll be stopping by classrooms this week to have some conversations with you. But in the meantime, if you are super interested in reaching out to me and starting this idea of a coaching session, please feel free to send me an email, or in the email that I put into the email that I send out with this link in it, I'll also include my booking page link there as well, so you can just hit that and choose a time that works best for you. So again, I hope you guys had a great break, and I hope you came back refreshed and re-energized and ready to go for the second half of this school year. I know that I had some time to relax, and I really look forward to spending more time working with you in your classrooms and encouraging and supporting you in any way that I can. Hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you soon.